Matter of fact, we were very clear with the consultants that we did not want to have any impact on their findings. We wanted them to be impartial. I think that those of you who attended their presentation when they were up here recently, I think most people at least said to me that they felt like it was a very fair process and a very fair and impartial presentation of the findings that they had. So, as I say, today is the culmination of what we undertake. It obviously will be a developing process. We're going to make some decisions today. I can probably accept some recommendations, but this is, although it's the culmination of that process, obviously there'll be some follow-up, not maybe by this board, but by boards in the future about this particular issue. But at least we wanted to get it started. And what we're going to do today, we'll have the presentation by management. We'll have up to an hour of resident comments. Following that, we're going to make decisions as follows. We will make a decision. We'll make a decision on the item which is in the recommendation concerning the food and beverage minimum. We will also make a decision today based on outsourcing the restaurant. Further than that, we will then vote to whether to accept or reject the management recommendations in whole. We may strip out some of those recommendations. I believe there will be a few of those, but that is kind of the flow. So if you have comments today, after the management presentation about things in general, I did want to give you a sense of what we will be talking about with respect to the amenities analysis, how that's going to flow. The item following this particular item on the agenda is outside events. If you have questions, if you have comments about outside events, I would request that you make them at that part of the agenda and not in follow-up to the management report. So without further ado, I want to thank Bill and his staff for putting together a comprehensive set of recommendations. I think many of you have copies of that, and if you don't, you can certainly be able to see this. And again, following the presentation, we will take up to an hour of resident comments before the board moves into taking action on the recommendations. Bill?
Thanks, Neil. What we're going to do is Kevin and I are going to lead you through the golf portion of it. I'll be making some of the comments. Some of the pages we're not going to read. I'll explain what they are, but you do have copies and you can read them later. All the recommendations we will read. And I do ask you not to make comments, as Neil said, if we complete the entire management recommendation. Also, I want to stress that this was done by all of management. This isn't just the general manager's recommendation. Every manager on the management team had input in this document and approves this document the way it's being presented. So this is from all of us. I'd like to thank Bob Ferris for the packaging. These are the overall amenity areas that we looked at, and I think you'll see the consensus was that only golf, food, and beverage needed to have fees associated with it. No other amenity should have a fee associated with it, which we concur. These are the overall recommendations from the Glad You Pulling. They were in your original presentation. I'm not going to read these because we have the recommendations now that we will read after this. First recommendation, lower prepaid golf rates using serious parameters. We agreed to this, and we're going to lower them as follows. We're lowering prepaid, recommending to lower prepaid from $15.75 to $1,500. Single trackage from $630 to $400, and double trackage from $685 to $600. We are recommending the recommendation simplified prepaid golf membership to one level of membership. We are agreeing with this recommendation. We are saying allow the seasonal for 2011 season in the 9-hole, and then after that season, grandfather the people that are in those members and go to one member. Recommendation 3, allow for installment payments for annual golf memberships. We think that is a good idea. We've done this in the past, but we only did it for 3 months. I'm looking into this. I haven't got a final, I talked to a resident this morning about it. We're looking into doing up to 5 months and doing it ACH, where you can do it just like you do with your assessment and take it out of your bank account over a 5-month period. So it makes it pay the tracking and then take the $1,500, it becomes the $300 a month over 5 months. The reason it's 5 months is May 1st is the last time you can get a refund in an annual payment. So we don't want to go past that because it violates our payment policy. Recommendation number 4, daily fee rates should be established using yield management considerations. Kevin?
Basically what that means is, you know, I went around and I kind of go to all the different golf courses and called everybody and found out what kind of rates that they're gonna charge for this coming winter. Sometimes it's not, we can't exactly go off of that model because you have to look at the golf courses that you're talking about. Sometimes it's difficult to compare apples to apples. So try to find somebody who's real similar in terms of the quality of heritage pines and the shape of heritage pines. It's somewhat tough to do that.
So we did not agree with that recommendation. Recommendation number 5, please provide continuous communication of rates and specials to residents. Kevin?
Well, basically, as you all know, if you get a lot of emails from me constantly all the time about different things, I'm going to continually send you out emails as to what's going on in the club, what the rates are going to be, get more and more golfers up here to play.
Recommendation number 6, allocate any surplus from golf subsequent years operating maintenance fees or reserve. We did not agree with that. We do not agree that golf should be operated as a profit center. It is an amenity and should be treated as such by funding the difference with the assessment and the reserve funds and current maintenance fees adequate to fund golf operations. Use of double shotgun starts needs to be evaluated by golf professional and the restaurant manager. This is a recommendation we're making. We do believe we need to have more double tee starts. A lot of the daily fee golfers do like to play with tee time, but we also recognize that we do have a significant number of golfers in here that like the shotgun starts because of the camaraderie that they have after the event. So we're recommending for the 2011 season that we have double tee starts on Thursdays and Sundays all day. We're also recommending, it says afternoon, but we're also recommending Tuesday morning to double tee start. This is in the winter. And then we're recommending that on Monday, Tuesday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, that we have shotgun starts all day.
Let me just add to that. The reason in the afternoons for the shotgun starts, for those of you who play golf and know, once you get past about 1:30 in the wintertime, if we don't get everybody on the golf course by 1 o'clock or 1:30, you're not going to finish. If we go to a double tee start situation in the winters and the afternoons, if you only can put out so many people before 1:30, and those players that start after 1:30 won't get 18 holes in. So for us to maximize the afternoon, especially in the wintertime with it getting dark at 5:30, we need to get a shotgun at 1 o'clock and put those players out there.
Exactly.
Other thing real quick, so the 18-hole ladies don't get mad at me about the Tuesday morning situation. I'm going to work a way where I can shotgun the ladies' lead, small league that they are right now, say 6, 8 persons, and then run tee times in behind them. So that's kind of my plan on how I'm going to work on Tuesdays, okay? So don't hang me, ladies, for the 18-holers.
Yeah, don't hang me, Kevin. For the recommendation number 8, implement intensive and ongoing staff training focusing on customer service. We agree with this. Management, we're reviewing the customer service. We've got a new DVD program that we're going to start teaching. Initially, I'm going to teach it to the department heads, and the department heads are going to teach it to the staff. This will be an ongoing training issue. We're also coming up with new incentives and trainings for customer service throughout the entire facility. This isn't just golf and restaurant. This is everybody. Except for the kitchen staff, everybody else on the staff, including Valley Crest, has resident contact. We're committing to you that we're going to improve that customer relationship. Recommendation number 9, implement a balanced scorecard approach to department head performance. This is really not feasible here. The managers, some of which you see right here, have all varied job functions and job duties, so you can't really use a scorecard to evaluate Gary, for instance, who, by the way, I'm extremely proud of him. He is single-handedly been running this construction project. He's my direct contact with contractors. We can't evaluate him the same way as we have our excellent food and beverage management team. They're just, the criteria is not the same, so that is a boilerplate recommendation. It doesn't work. So we do it annually, and then and we'll get into it with the other recommendations. We do weekly staff meetings and sometimes daily meetings. Gary and I have to meet every day for about the past 6 months. Audit and Valley Crest contracting, revisit cost allocations. We have a task group that wrote a request for proposal. The Valley Crest contract right now is out for bid. We have 5 major landscaping companies in the bid process. We have a group that's evaluating that, 3 board members and myself. So we are doing that, and we are expanding the maintenance contract to 5 years to give us further cost efficiencies instead of a 3-year contract. It's going to give us much better cost efficiencies over 5. This is there's a misprint here. We are being a little more aggressive with the golf. Instead of 110, we're saying 122. We think we're going to get, based on the lower trackage, that there are some prepaid. Most of the prepaid equipment, we feel that there's going to be some daily fee golfers that play. If you play more than 67 times a year here, it makes sense for you to pay the $400 trackage fee, and if you own the car. You save money after every round after 67 if you do tracking. We're saying 188. I apologize for these numbers. 188 for the double tracking. We feel that in 2011 that the annual residence, instead of going down, which this reflects, is going to go up based on the new package change of 1900. We think it's going to attract 250 residents to that package. We think seasonal, and that's an increase of 10 is going to be 110, and 9 is going to be 1. So I apologize, the wrong sheet that I got in here. The copy I had, that's the right one, but I apologize here. Go ahead. These are the new daily fee rates. We've lowered quite a bit. We went from, Kevin, why don't you just describe where we were this year?
Okay. If you look at the far right side, we'll start with, like, there's 2010, what we were last year. Okay, summer rates for last summer, or where we are currently right now, those are the rates that are on the right-hand side, comparing to where we are or what we're going to propose for 2011. So we're decreasing pay-as-you-go, both daily fees, daily fee, for both categories substantially. Looking at rates going forward for next year, and again, I did a proposal where I looked at 30 area golf courses for 2011.
That's next month. Okay.
You got that? Good. Okay. I called around to 30 different golf clubs and called them and asked them what their winter rate is going to be. Some golf courses are similar to ours. Some are of that same quality, in my opinion. And if you look at those numbers up on the left-hand side, those are going to be morning rates for all those clubs on the left side. In the middle is a lot of rates have rates after 11 o'clock, which we are also going to do. The number that stands out at the top is $28 that we're going to charge. That includes the cart. We are cheaper than any other golf course, any of those 30 golf courses that are listed there. We will be the cheapest.
Yeah.
We're up by about $10 from last year.
Right there. And the same thing, 11. Now, some courses we recognize have a 1 o'clock rate. We do not. So there will be some courses, we want to make sure that you understand, there will be some courses that will have rates lower than ours, possibly after 1 o'clock. But we don't, that is the way we function here.
Our goal is basically to supply quality product and also be the lowest price. And also with us working on customer service, we hope to get a lot of the daily fee players back.
This is the overall recommendation from Gladly. We'll address it starting in the next